Hi, Andrea. How's it going? How are you?
It's going.
Going? This is out of ordinary. It must be an emergency. Um, Again, thanks for coming in. Would you want anything to drink?
No. I'm fine. I'm just kind of in a whirlwind right now.
Sorry to hear that. Can you tell me about what's going on or what happened?
Yeah. I almost overdosed on Zoloft again.
Hmm. So tell me this. I just wanted to understand. Have you ever had any suicide thoughts?
Um, no, I just honestly, I mean, yeah, I have, but just haven't in a while.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had them in 2 weeks,
Oh, wow.
and then they kind of started popping up again, and then yeah.
Hmm. Can you tell me a little bit more about if it's over how long period of time have you had it before?
Well, I had them earlier this year with my hospitalization, which you know about,
Uh-huh.
and then I've always had like suicidal thoughts, but I've never really had like a plan. I guess
Okay.
until that happened a couple months ago. So yeah, it's been rough.
Did you think about what you were overdosed with?
Well, Zoloft
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I have.
So that's what you have at home. That's the prescription drugs that you have at home from your doctor. Um, how exactly do you take your prescription?
Just swallow the pill. Yeah.
Do you forget to take them or do you take them and then say, oh, you forget how long ago you took it and then just take another one?
I mean, that's a good point because yeah, I do forget,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really hard for me to adhere to any kind of like scheduled prescription. So and I think when I don't take it, you feel so bad that then you like take so much of it.
Yeah.
And it was just stupid of me to do that.
So do you because for my own stuff, I have to take it at a certain time and place so I know when to take it, what time to take it, so I don't, do it over. Forget to not take it, and then
Yeah.
and then take it to avoid overdose. So, do you pick a time and day to take your prescription?
Yeah, usually in the afternoon when I have lunch, that's like my biggest meal of the day. And I know that my psychiatrist, Dr. D, was saying, well, you should probably take this when you have food in your belly.
Yeah.
Because that just metabolizes the drug better. But yeah.
Have you ever thought of, I know this is kind of weird, but have you ever thought of harming yourself or family members?
Harming myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what ways? Do you?
I wanted to hang myself
Oh
in my closet.
my. Yeah. Just hanging, not hurting yourself with other anything else.
No.
Okay.
Just the hanging. And I mean, I've had access to a firearm.
Yeah.
When I was growing up.
Yeah.
Because my dad had a concealed carry for his job.
Yeah.
So. And I didn't think about shooting myself, but I remember my mom holding a gun to her head and wanting to commit suicide.
Really. But you never had that thought.
I mean, I think maybe I understood where she was coming from at that point. But it just seemed to kind of normalize. Because in Japan, there's a very high suicide rate. And so I think with that being said, it just becomes kind of normalized in our culture to take your own life. And so maybe that's why I have suicidal thoughts a lot, but I don't always tell people because I think that, I was raised to kind of be independent and yeah. But there's definitely been a history of it in my family and with myself in particular.
Yeah. So what kind of thoughts or feelings go through your head, your mind at that time?
I mean, there's just a lot of sadness. There's a lot of regrets, I think, about how I raised my son, Vincent, and just the relationship with his dad, John.
Yeah.
You know, things could have definitely been better. And I should have stayed in college so that I could have at least had a chance of getting a job. But I just didn't want to put myself through borrowing loans. You know, it's really expensive, and there's just no guarantee that I'd be able to get a promotion anyways.
Yeah.
You know, with that degree. So I think with me, it's difficult to have those things in mind. And yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of regrets that I've had. Sometimes I just wonder if the world is better without me.
Oh, you're great. You're great to have. I'm glad that you're in my office. I'm happy every time I see you. So you're a wonderful person.
Yeah, and I think I just wonder if Vincent would be better off, you know, if my sister or, you know, maybe a foster parent, because it's hard for me to kind of keep this in my head with the child welfare, always bringing up I'm unsafe to parent, and they do say I'm unsafe to parent, but that's not a lie, that's not being presumptuous, that's a fact, you know, as you saw in my records.
Yeah.
You know, and... yeah.
But knowing you for as much as I know you, I know you have good intentions, and I know that you have goals of getting your son back, and that's why you're committed to seeking out for help and going to see psychiatrists, and you haven't missed any appointments so far. So I see you wanting to get better for him.
Yeah.
And he needs you in his life. There's nobody that can be a good parent to a child that's not theirs. So I could speak from that because I have left a child with my family member, and I don't think they could treat my son, my child, the way I would raise him or treat him. So I would say he needs you. You're doing great. And but one thing I wanted to understand is, though, when you do have the thought of having to hang yourself, what stops you from doing it?
Like you were mentioning, you know, my son needs me, and I think that's what keeps me going, even though child welfare may think otherwise, because, you know, I've kind of been branded as this unfit parent, and the same thing with John as well, you know, like we're both under their radar, and it just seems like a very dark and bleak situation.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to climb yourself out of that when no one really trusts you. You know, especially, you know, with my sister, it's great because, you know, she's able to take care of my son, but I don't even know if she fully trusts me to parent Vincent, you know? Because maybe she does agree with child welfare that I'm too unfit and unsafe to parent him.
Yeah.
So
moving forward, we have to come up with a plan. So can you tell me of signs or like just warning signs of you having that thought?
I would say I get easily agitated. I mean, I usually just isolate myself from other people, and I don't usually contact anybody. And then there's also like, I'll just start taking a lot of meds because I feel like the meds are a magical way to kind of get rid of those feelings that I'm having, and I feel like escape is definitely something that I've done in the past.
What ways I can help you with, or do you, what strategies that I can help you come up with, or do you come up with or have that help you cope?
Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, I think the coping is hard too because I'm living by myself, you know, so I don't have anyone to talk to. And even Vincent's father, John, like, our relationship's generally positive, but of course, like I told you in previous sessions, like, he was accused of abusing Vincent, and, you know, there's just a lot that's happened, so I think he also believes that it's good to generally kind of stay away from each other right now, just kind of given that we're in this hole of child welfare and we just don't want any more accusations being made.
Yeah.
And that's hard for me to reach out because, you know, if he doesn't want my companionship or relationship, then I don't really have anybody. I mean, my sister is just busy. You know, she
Yeah.
works and she's taking care of my son, and I just feel like she doesn't have the time. You could see it on her face. She's very stressed out. So I don't really have anyone right now.
Yeah.
I feel like having someone to talk to would be great.
Yeah.
You know, even if it was for 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to breathe more, taking deep breaths. And
Yeah.
exercise has been great.
That's a form of relaxation.
Right.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's just, you know, it's hard.
Did you do any relaxing activities or any physical
Yoga.
activities? Yoga? That's good.
Like hot yoga.
Yeah.
Like the
That's
Bikram yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. And does that...
Spin class.
Yeah.
Pilates occasionally. It's just a bit expensive, but yeah. Yeah, I do all those things.
Other than that, anything that helps you erase those thoughts to help you move on, at least other than Vincent and...
I mean, I think just knowing that there's this possibility of me becoming a new person, and that change does not happen immediately.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah. Because you do have goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think just working on those goals is the most important thing to keep in mind
Yeah.
when I do start feeling this way.
Okay.